Hi, I'm Rob and this is Gems of War. This is an ongoing series of videos specifically aimed at new or early players of the game, even though hopefully more experienced players may pick up the odd hint and tip along the way at the same time. Now this is all about diamonds. Now diamonds are one of the most valuable resources in the game and you do not want to waste them. So I'm going to show you all the places you can find them and what you should be spending them on, and more importantly what you should not be spending them on. Now you've got to be careful. Diamonds look very similar to gems, and a lot of people may get confused by them, but they are actually different. A gem is what's above there. It says 361, just above where it says events. And diamonds are usually shown as a small cluster of very similar looking things. Now, the most reliable source of diamonds you can get on a daily basis is in the dungeon. It's something you should be trying to do every single day. Where it says 5 at the bottom there, that is diamonds, a little cluster of what looks like gems, but that is actually diamonds. And you get 5 for the first battle, 5 for the second battle, and 10 for the second battle. Once you've managed to complete all 3 of those, you'll be able to take advantage of the daily offer. Now the daily offer, the first stage is 20 diamonds. This is on weekdays and a Saturday, and it'll going to cost you 50 gems, and it's generally worth doing if you got 50 gems, but I generally don't recommend this one. 150 gems for just 50 diamonds is quite a lot, and unless you're absolutely swimming in gems, I generally do not recommend that one. If you're finding gems a bit tight anyway, and this is a bit of a stretch for you as it is, then hold out until Sunday. On Sunday, the offer on diamonds is much better than it is on any other day. On a Sunday, for the same amount of gems, I think it's 80 diamonds you get on the first stage and 150 on the second stage. So I'd definitely recommend the second stage too, if you can afford it on a Sunday. That is the most reliable way of getting diamonds on a regular basis. They also turn up in the adventure board now and again. Not at the moment, but you often get a thing called dig for diamonds or quest for diamonds, something like that. But they do turn up, and this is something you should be doing every day anyway, and it's a really good way of just grabbing extra resources in the first place. Another place they're going to turn up is different events. Now, whether you do an event on your own or with your guild mates, then this is something you should be definitely getting them from anyway. You go over to rewards here and go back to the beginning. The rewards get better and better as you go along, and as a collective in a guild, this is something you should be able to achieve. If you're all taking part together and you're all busy, doing these events, then this is something you should be obtainable. 5 diamonds was collected on stage 4. And it gets better as we go along. 25 diamonds were collected on stage 9. Now, it may not sound a lot, just 25 here, 5 there, but when you're doing it from all these different places, it adds up really quickly. And even though you may think, crikey, a mythic costs 4,000 diamonds, I'm never going to have that. Before you know it, you're pretty much approaching that level. So just bear with it, keep at it, and you will be there soon enough. Other places, which I believe I used to get them from, I'm going by memory now, is in these challenges on each kingdom. I believe that when you got to stage 6 or 7, diamonds were part of the rewards when doing that. I don't know if it's the same or not. It's been a long time since I've done them, and the game has had several updates, but that used to be a place where you could get them from at the same time. So definitely the daily dungeon, make sure you do that. Make sure you do the adventure board every day as well. Any events there'll be in places like that. But another place you'll get them from as well is in the Gnome Vault. When a Gnome Vault comes around, those treasure vaults where you kill all the gnomes and you collect the vault keys, this is a fantastic place to get diamonds from. The more keys you get, when you start turning these keys in and doing these, especially on the hard level if you can get an outrageous amount of diamonds. Just every now and again the game will chuck like 300 at you, like just 300 diamonds. You're like, wow, thank you very much. 60 in one bundle. You get it just randomly, but when it happens, it's a really good thing, and it can make a massive difference. But that is all about taking part and making sure you make the most of the treasure weekends when they come around. Another place you can get them from is in the soulforge itself. You can actually craft them in the jewels section. If you go to the bottom where it says times 10, you can craft them. I haven't got enough to do one because I basically crafted some earlier today. But when you get 1,000 shards and it costs you 100 souls, you can craft 10 diamonds. They come in basically little bunches of 10. So when you've got your diamonds, you can press the diamond, the triangle button at the top there, and see how many you've got. I've currently got 873. But what should you spend them on? Generally, steer clear of being tempted to spend them on just so-so weapons. There are a lot of just very, very average weapons in the game. You know, things like this. Deal damage to an enemy and a random enemy, steal 1 magic. You know, these are okay weapons. You are going to need them eventually to raise your kingdom power levels and things like that, but that's a long way off, and it's much better to save your diamonds for the troops, which is the best way to spend them on. There is a caveat to this, and basically when a absolutely unmissable weapon comes along, you're going to want to grab it. But I'm talking about the kind of weapons you hear people talking about. Life and death, rope dart. These kind of weapons that are unmissable, when they're here and you can afford them by crafting them, it is definitely worth grabbing them if you can, because they are game-changing weapons. Now, on the troops side of things, it is kind of a little bit, I wouldn't say hit and miss, but basically in an ideal world you want to keep on saving and saving until you can save up 4,000 diamonds, which is enough to craft a mythic. Now here a mythic will cost 4,000 diamonds, 20,000 souls and 10 celestials. That is a standard recipe for many troops. But if you think as a newer player that a really good legendary will change your game, then grab it, because Yao Guai, for example, is a little bit different. Generally, I recommend not crafting legendaries because they turn up in chests a hell of a lot more than mythics do, and basically it's going to take you a while to get 800 diamonds again. But a troop like Yao Guai is basically a mythic anyway. He's so good, he deals stacks of damage, his spell works really well, his traits work in conjunction with his spell, and he's an absolutely fantastic mythic. So, no, not mythic, sorry, legendary. But he should be a mythic, that's the point. So Yao Guai is an exception to the rule, but generally hold on to your diamonds and just save up for an actual mythic, because this is probably the best way you're going to get them, and you can pick and choose as well. It's not just a random one thrown at you. You got by opening a zillion chests. You can actually see what one you need and actually pick which one, whoever's in the soulforge. But as soon as you get 4,000 diamonds, don't be tempted to just pick anyone. Like, just as soon as you've got 4,000 diamonds and an average mythic like this is there, don't go crafting it absolutely straight away. The soulforge comes around every single week and the lineup changes every single week. So basically, don't be tempted to just spend just because you got them. I know it'd be tempting. I probably did it as a newer player. I think I got 4,000 diamonds. I was like, oh, I've got to do something. I've got to make something, and I just done something, and it probably wasn't by far the best troop I could have had, but just got overexcited and just crafted whatever I could. But it's not the way to go about it. Just save up, keep on saying it, save up your diamonds, and just spend them on the troop you actually need, rather than something for the sake of just doing it. Well, there's the video. If you found it useful, it'd be cool if you hit that like and subscribe button, because it really does help. But most of all, thanks for watching. Catch you again next time. Bye for now.